This is the Ridstar Q20 Electric Bike, and right off the bat, you can see it's got a pretty unique look. Compared to most e-bikes I've tried, or even just seen on the street, this one definitely stands out, thanks to the fat 20-inch tires, that chunky and solid frame, and a style that kind of sits somewhere between a mini motorbike and a mountain bike. I'll be honest, when I first unboxed it, I was curious and a bit skeptical because the design is different from what I'm used to riding. But after actually using it for a couple weeks, my opinion changed a lot. And that's really what I want to get across in this video. Just how my experience matched up with all the promises you see in the specs. One of the key features is the 1500-watt brushless hub motor. To keep it simple for anyone who's new to e-bikes, wattage is a measurement of power. So 1500 watts gives you a lot more push than something in the low hundreds. For me, this bike makes getting up hills almost effortless, and you really feel that power as soon as you twist the throttle or use pedal assist. The acceleration is pretty smooth, not jerky, and I was able to hit speeds just over 30 miles per hour in electric-only mode on a straight road. Most e-bikes on the market, especially for this price, honestly can't touch that kind of top speed or climbing power. The battery was something I paid close attention to because I use e-bikes both for daily commutes and sometimes longer weekend rides. With the Ridstar Q20, it comes with an upgraded 20Ah battery, and that basically means you're getting a solid amount of ride time for each charge. In my tests, I was usually seeing around 35 miles using only the electric throttle, and if I switched to pedal assist, I could stretch it even further, sometimes close to 70 or 80 miles. Of course, that depends on a bunch of things: how much you weigh, how you ride, how hilly your route is, and how aggressive you are with the throttle. But even on days I pushed it a bit, I never had to worry about making it home on a single charge. Charging took me about 5 hours from empty, which feels pretty standard for this size battery. Another thing I want to highlight is the suspension. The Ridstar Q20 has full suspension, which just means that both the front fork and the seat post have shock absorbers built in. For someone new to e-bikes, this is what makes the ride feel a lot smoother when you hit bumps, potholes, or curbs. I took it over different surfaces: city streets, gravel, some light trails, and the suspension soaked up most of the rough stuff. I will say, though, that if you're a really aggressive rider or want something for hardcore mountain trails, the suspension might feel a little soft. It's perfect for city rides, mixed surfaces, and even rougher roads, but just a heads up for people who want to go wild on the trails. The fat tires are a definite plus. They're 20 by 4 inches, which means they're thick and great for stability and traction. This is especially useful for someone who's new to bikes or just wants that extra confidence that you're not going to slip out from under yourself if you hit some sand, snow, or mud. I took it out after some rain, and even when some loose gravel was on the path, the bike kept its grip. Braking power is something I always care about, since an e-bike with this kind of speed really needs reliable stopping. The Ridstar Q20 doesn't disappoint here. It's got dual disc brakes, hydraulic up front and in the back. In simple terms, hydraulic brakes give you more stopping power with less effort, and they're usually more reliable and less likely to fade when you're riding a lot. There's even an EBE system, which helps stop you more smoothly, even if you have to hit the brakes fast when you're riding in the rain or going downhill. I like that Ridstar included a lot of features that make a difference in daily use. For example, there's a large LCD display that shows your speed, battery, mileage, and lets you change your pedal assist modes. It also has a phone holder right near your handlebars. That might sound like a small thing, but being able to check a map or your notifications without stopping is super handy. There's also a USB charging port, so you can juice up your phone while you ride. And the built-in headlight and taillight give you way more peace of mind if you're riding at night. I've tried cheaper bikes where lights are a last thought or cost extra, but here it's just ready to go. The included storage box is handy for a water bottle or snacks, but I wish it was a bit sturdier and bigger for those who want to carry more. At this point, I should talk about weight, because the Ridstar Q20 is not a light bike. If you're someone who plans on carrying it upstairs a lot, or putting it in the back of a small car, you might find the weight a little much. But I mostly ride on the road and store it in a garage, so for me it's not a big deal. If anything, the extra weight actually makes the ride feel more solid and stable, especially at high speeds. Setting up the bike out of the box was mostly straightforward. It comes about 90% assembled. I had to put the handlebars on, set up the pedals, and do a bit of adjusting to the derailleur and brakes to get everything running just right. I wouldn't call it hard, but if you've never touched a bike before, watching a setup video or having someone with experience help you is a good idea. I also spent some time making sure the tires were properly inflated and that the gears shifted smoothly. As for riding modes, the Ridstar gives you a lot of flexibility. You can use it as a fully electric bike without pedaling, switch to pedal assist for some exercise but less strain, or go totally manual and ride it like a regular bike. For most of my daily commutes and short errands, I stick with pedal assist around level 2 or 3, which saves battery and is still fast enough to get around town easily. If I want to work out, I just turn down the assist or pedal more. For longer trips, or if I'm tired after work, the full electric mode is great. You just cruise along without breaking a sweat. If you're someone just getting into electric bikes, I'd recommend this for a few reasons. The price is way lower than a lot of e-bikes with similar power and features. Usually those other brands are 2 or 3 times more expensive. While some of them have higher tech or fancier designs, from my experience, the Ridstar Q20 does just about everything you really need for daily rides, errands, or even casual off-roading. And if you're worried about something happening to a $1,000 e-bike, it doesn't sting nearly as much as losing one that's $3,000. I also appreciate the 1-year warranty, which definitely adds some confidence to the purchase. And Ridstar's support team has been pretty responsive, at least from what I experienced when I had a question about the LCD settings. Are there things that could be better? I mentioned the storage and the initial charger isn't the highest quality, but I swapped mine for a better one. The suspension is soft for aggressive riding, but more than enough for city and casual use. If you're used to bikes with big, tough cargo racks, you might want to add that on yourself. In my opinion, the Ridstar Q20 hits just about every mark for a solid, reliable, and fun e-bike, especially for the price. It's perfect for adults looking for versatility, great speed, and comfort. Good for everything from commuting to weekend adventures, especially if you're not looking to spend a fortune. In conclusion, if you want an electric bike that's got power, comfort, and style without wiping out your bank account, this should be high on your list. From my experience, it's been dependable, easy to ride, and a ton of fun. If you've got questions or want to share your own thoughts or experiences with e-bikes, drop a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe for more quick reviews and updates on electric rides. Thank you for watching.